Let's go. Tell her we've gone.
Hello. Ma'am, we are live.
Yeah, I just saw you going live. I'm just trying to take a picture.
Yeah. You already have people joining, but there is no request. It's really
View request.
Biden is still not coming on. Okay, now they are. Finally, now we're good.
Finally.
Yeah, like a minute before. That's great.
Yeah. How are you?
Excellent, darling. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, welcome.
A lot of people joining. Let's start.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So, hello everyone. I'm just going to pin the topic for today. Okay, I'm unable to pin it from my end.
I think it's happened.
From here. Okay. So, hello everyone. Today's session is how to lose weight the right way with Karishma Chawla. I am your host and moderator, Fatima, I'm a nutritionist from the Saffola FITTIFY team here. And we have our lovely expert, Karishma Chawla, joining us. She's a nutritionist and a lifestyle educator. She is in the field of food and nutrition and advises people on what to eat and how to lead a healthy lifestyle and be set a specific health related goal. So she's here to help and assist us on how to make right choices when it comes to weight management and what to eat when we're trying to be healthy and nutritious. And she caters to both adults and children with a lot of conditions like obesity, PCOD, thyroid, blood pressure, diabetes, allergies, skincare. So there's a whole lot that she has expertise on, and here today she's going to help us with weight management. So hi Karishma, thanks for joining us.
It's been a pleasure. I'm quite excited for this talk right now.
Yes. So let's start. Who doesn't want to shed a few pounds of weight? And we will get on to the questions now so that we can get some expert opinion. So without further ado, let's get ready. First things first, can you please throw some light on tips that you can lose the extra weight the right way?
Okay, that's a fantastic question because I like the question simply because you've not dived completely into what kind of diet or the fat or the crash diets that we have in the market. Because honestly, it's not rocket science to lose weight. Okay, even if you start just eating clean, I'm not even saying squeaky clean, you can still start shedding the pounds that you don't need. So the first rule that I talk about losing weight is, rather than just saying that I want to lose, that's not kind of a weight in kgs. I kind of tell people try kind of going, with two different kind of perceptions. So number one, say that you want to release the fat that completely doesn't align with you because that's like carrying extra baggage, And secondly, you know what? Don't let the weighing scale define your journey because the weighing scale is not going to be completely sure about that you're losing just your fat. It could be muscle and water as well. So it could be that you're sleeping better. It can be that your energy is much better this morning, or it could be that your clothes are just fitting you better than ever before. So I guess let's not just like overcome the entire old approach of weight loss and get into the new approach of fat loss. So that's what we're really looking at. So, one thing that everybody can start with is, to understand a plate, the right kind of a plate. So just visualize your hand as a plate, right? And just think about it that it has 4 portions. So let your one portion size, be of your carbs. So a lot of people do not understand what exactly is carbs and proteins. So just let me just decipher this for you. So carbs are basically where your grains come in, right? That's your first source of energy. So that could be in terms of brown rice, it could be quinoa, it could be a jawar roti or a jawar chilla. All of these come as your carbs. The next portion of your plate should be your protein. So again, that could be either the animal protein that comes in with your chicken, fish, your eggs, or it can be as simple as a dal or a pulse for somebody who's a vegetarian, or even paneer, okay, in case dairy kind of suits you well. Now the rest 2 portions, would you want to guess what that should be?
Fats and oils.
I'm not even looking at it. So, being a gut microbiome coach, I'm constantly focusing on fiber that comes from the whole thing that we spoke about. So that's actually the real deal, right? That is where your veggies come in, where your salad comes in. Because if you notice, our Indian culture, it's very high carbohydrate based. So there'll be a lot of people who eat 3 rotis, 4 rotis, but their vegetable size will be so chotu. But it's the other side, right? So much is your whole grain, and the entire 2 portions are basically your fiber. So either you could have it cooked or you divide it between cooked and raw. Because raw foods are also great in terms of building your immune system. Until unless your gut is sensitive, then we ask you to go slow with that. So that's the first thing about learning your plate. This is what your portion size is very, very, very important, and it being balanced because the right kind of food is carbohydrate, protein, and fat. The reason I don't, kind of give fat enough place is because it just goes into our food while cooking. So we don't need it otherwise. So I think that is the most important thing. The second most important thing is eating a rainbow plate. So the idea is you have to challenge yourself. Like say for example, nobody sits and counts colors. Everybody's counting calories. Why do you care about calories? Like, if you think about your portion size, you know that you're a smart person. So it's like you're 1 serving, 2 servings, you're not overdoing it, you're taking 2 servings of fiber, you're sorted. So the idea is to ensure that you're having colorful vegetables. So that is what is also feeding our diversity of our gut bacteria that actually help you to lower inflammation in the body and keep the weight in check. So you just need to keep those guys happy, and you're going to be happy with your weight, right? So the whole idea is to eat a rainbow of weight. So even if you realize, right, normally people just keep a food journal, right, to understand what they've eaten the whole day. So I tell them and I urge them to keep a rainbow journal. So you tell me which vegetables you ate, and a lot of people say, I don't like, bottle gourd, or I don't like brinjal. Okay, fine. We challenge you to eat that in a certain creative way the next week when you come to me. So that is what is increasing the variety. You're adding more creativity in your life, and as well you are keeping those bugs happy. So I guess that's the most important thing. So besides understand the right kind of food, the 3 things that I kind of really stress on. Number 1 would be a sleep. Remember that you could be on the best diet, the best supplements, but if you're not sleeping enough, it's not going to work, because this imbalanced blood sugar levels. Next day you're going to have high cravings, high sugar levels. You're going to be more zombie, going to be more irritated, and for some people it's an emotional attachment to go to foods when you're not feeling great in your head. So sleep is very important. Number 2 would be your stress. Your stress management, again, very important, because if you're very, very stressed, I mean, you may just think that you're mentally stressed, but it's not troubling you. But your body cannot decipher between, a physical or a mental stress. So what exactly happens when you have a physical stress, right? That you think your body thinks that it needs to run away from a bed. So what it's going to do is going to increase your blood sugar levels, okay, and it's going to prepare you to flee. But actually, you're still stable where you are. So where is the blood sugar levels going? They're basically going to look very ugly after a point of time. That's what you're going to get your tires around your trunk, and nobody wants to say that. So I think the second would be a stress management. You need to learn to choose. I would actually say choose, because we have the power to respond to a situation rather than reacting to it, and you can actually lower your stress levels. Having said that, it's very easy said than done. I know it. But trust me, we all have gone through it. And the point will come that everybody will be able to do it. So I would urge everyone to actually make that choice. Because the minute you make that choice, you can do it. So that's my sleep. And my number third, I mean, the most, I don't know if should I call it underrated or overrated because we have extreme people in it, is exercise, right? You have to move. So what would be the general guideline is like, so people tell me, Karishma, I've done 10,000 steps. Watch me, I've done 10,000, I'm damn happy. So the idea is that those 10,000 steps are minimum. So if you want to lose weight, you want to keep yourself healthy, do your 10,000 steps. 50% of the day that you are, you're moving around and stuff, you should be active. That means I can't be sitting still. I got to get up between my two consults. It's non-negotiable. And on top, you take 1 more hour of exercise. So I'm not telling somebody like just be so cool about it and just go ahead and do it. It's going to take time. But first, most important is change your mindset around exercise. Right? This is what we need. This is what our target is. And then we have the other extremes that people overdo it. So we want to tell them that calm down. 3 hours of exercise in a day is not going to do any good to you. You will lose more muscle, and then we are going to actually increase more of body fat.
Yeah, that was so like there was so much. I hope everyone's like you answered the question so well, and there was so much knowledge. And like you said, the plate is now you can visualize a plate. So National Institute of Nutrition has beautifully depicted a plate and what their guidelines are. So you can go on the website and check out the plate and see what you can include and how. And also starting a meal with just a salad and just having raw vegetables is also so helpful, adding to the vegetable points. So thank you so much for that amazing answer.
Very
We're
well.
going to move on. So as you do consult patients as well, I just wanted to know, so what are some common mistakes that you've seen when people come in and they say I want to lose weight, but you see a bunch of common mistakes that they make? So please can you shed some light on that?
Yeah, so we'll go back to the previous answer. So one of the most common things that people do is they count their calories. Like they tell me, okay, we've come to you, given us this entire, nutrition plan. I don't call it a diet plan because I think when people tell me that I want to join you for a diet and I ask them, what is a diet? They said basically kind of food now that I need to lose weight. I said, then are you thinking you're going to do this all your life? They said, no, we'll do it till we lose weight. Where the literal meaning of diet is a way of living. So I normally have an analogy that I use that if you want to live well, we urge everyone to up their spiritual game, right? It's about learning how to adapt to what Gita tells you, or probably what Bible tells you, or Quran tells you. We have to live the right way. There's no point in just living. So similarly, there's nothing like you go get on a diet. Diet is just a way of living. So I think when people come to me, the first thing I tell them is firstly stop saying that you've come to me for a very specific reason to lose this weight. Remember, if you have 10 kgs to lose, or probably have 3 kgs to gain of muscle, or you have a problem with inflammation, what we are going to do here together, it's like literally together, is actually help to lower the inflammation in your body and help you to get a certain amount of balance. Because it's not normal now to carry 5 kg extra weight, right? And the idea is that एक बार वो release हो गया, then we don't want it back again. So it is your lifestyle. It's literally your lifestyle. So just because I get trouble learning the diet, what I've changed mine just to a nutrition plan, and I don't even use the word diet. So that's the first thing when people come to me and they tell me, and we kind of change their relationship with food. Their relationship with what the goal that they're coming to me from. Second important thing is explaining them that don't run behind calories, don't run behind the weighing scale, because when you're meeting me every week, we are also reviewing how well did you sleep. Okay, there's some people told me that they were such light sleepers that they would like probably get up 2 or 3 times in the night, and that would like next morning would energize for them. But now when the blood sugar levels are stabilized and they're also going to bed at a better time than before, okay, it's actually helped them. So that itself, is a reason to reward yourself. Then there are people who come to me that tell me, I could never pick that kind of weights in the gym. So today they are. So again, the weighing scale or the counting calories should not be an issue at all. So I think the first important thing is the common mistake that somebody makes is like, they tell me, okay, how many calorie count diet have you given me? I just don't answer that. It may sound rude, but I want to change the concept, right? I understand there are people who are vigilant about what they're doing and stuff, and they just want to be on track. Great, that probably works for you, but it cannot work for everyone. So number one is completely not running behind the calories. Of course, understanding the difference between weight loss and muscle loss. So a lot of people who come to me with the yo-yo issue, right? Which I'm sure you're familiar with it. So say that we lost 10 kgs, like, वापस बढ़ गया. Now again I have to do it. No, this is my way of life. Like they're probably nutrition shopping every 6 months. Great for people like you and me, but still. So the idea would be that we need to understand that when you lose weight just on the scale, it could be the water weight, it could be fat, and it can be muscle. So the goal is always to lose fat and not the muscle. Because the minute you are on a diet that does not allow you, it doesn't align with you, you will probably lose muscle, which will show on the scale. So I want you to focus more on your inches and your clothes. So I think that's the second thing that people think that, okay, it's weight. They're freaking out, right? When they call me, I haven't lost anything. I said, yeah, but just come, let's see how you look. And then that's a complete game changer. So I would say that the second thing would be that. Third very important thing is a lot of people don't really still understand their own gut concerns, right? So I have this complete functional medicine elaborate questionnaire that I go around with people, where we take into account, where your gut is. It talks about constipation, acidity, stool formation, or when was your last viral thing and stuff. All of this that affects your gut, right? Like people tell me, but I'm okay to eat, this kind of foods, and I'm living with bloating and gas. But no, sorry, that's not okay. Like I have been constipated for 10 years, but it's cool. I've just come to lose weight. No, the deal is, because if the gut is not at its optimal health, that means you carry inflammation in the body. The minute you carry inflammation in the body, your fat cells are inflamed, and then they're resistant to burning. So how you're really going to lose that kind of weight that you're talking about? And we cannot forget, I would stress on this, that we all know that all diseases begin in the gut. I mean, we know that, right? Everybody knows about that line. But I would also urge people to think that health begins in the gut. I mean, we all have seen it, right? When COVID happened, so much of viral everywhere. What was the first thing that we all did? It was home remedies. Garam pani pi lo, you have your haldi ka pani. Everything we did that. And we actually paid more focus on the food, because food is medicine. So I think we cannot disconnect our gut health with weight loss. And to add to it, the composition of your gut bacteria, the quality of your gut bacteria determines your metabolism, your blood sugar levels. So if we keep them happy, in check, because of course if you're living with constipation, then there is a dysbiosis. It's an imbalance. So there where we need to focus on. So these are the three things which people come to me, for whatever, and then at the time they're leaving me, they're in a better place, because I kind of deciphered what actually getting on a nutrition plan is.
Yeah. Thanks so much for moving the conversation from villainizing calories and energy to, actually putting it in perspective that this is not bad for you. You just have to control your portions, and you have to be mindful of everything that's going on around your body and what the body is trying to tell you. So thank you so much for putting everything and emphasizing that. So let's move to the next question. So besides healthy eating and exercise, do you recommend any supplements or, that help you manage your weight or help in the process of weight loss?
Oh, I love this question, and a lot of people will get kind of not like me for it, because they think like getting into fat loss supplements is like the best thing they can ever do, right? But so let me just bust this whole thing. So remember one thing: no supplements can directly lead to fat loss. Okay, so the idea is that, okay, let me give you another analogy. I mean, that's the way I normally talk. I'm always explaining with examples. आप कोई भी इमारत नहीं खड़ी कर सकते when it doesn't have cement, right? It can't just be with bricks. So your food is your cement. Your bricks would be a supplement, and the literal definition of supplement is anything that aids your diet. So I would even call a protein supplement a fat loss supplement, because if there's a deficiency in it, that means you're not going to lose weight. But I cannot claim that protein supplement is a fat loss supplement. I would say it helps in fat loss. Okay. So technically, remember, the food is everything. The quality of the food is everything. The quantity of the food is everything. And we need to up the nutritional density. We need to up the nutritional intake. Okay. So again, if the gut inflammation is there, you're not going to be able to lose weight. So there are still like kind of my 2 to 3 my favorite stuff that I kind of do. Number one, I definitely ensure there's a probiotic in in your entire day. So that could be in a form of a capsule, okay? Or then we urge people to ferment their vegetables. Like, you remember our grandmas did it, right? They had those glass jars, just the water, just the salt, some spices, and they just cut those cabbage and those carrots, and they put it right there, right? So that they are brilliant because they are the beneficial bacteria. So not to forget the fancy term for a fermented cabbage is sauerkraut. So a lot of people say, okay, I can eat that. I said, make it for yourself at home, and teach your children to make that as well. So that's the first thing, is your fermented vegetables or your probiotic. Something else that I love would be is, water. If you are dehydrated, okay, you're not going to be able to, kind of burn any kind of fat. And also another important thing is your water helps to kind of increase or release the hydrochloric acid in your stomach. That is basically going to help in optimal digestion, and hence help you in weight loss. So the three things that I always keep with myself, and I still have it with me right now, is my water that I keep sipping, okay, is my lime water, because that's going to help, just going to boost it. And something that I actually love, from Saffola itself, is the apple cider vinegar. So usually, because I eat a lot of my meals in my office, so just before my lunch or my evening meal, I just take in a glass of water, put like a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and then you're sorted. Because these three things, when you continuously take them, they're going to help to release the right kind of digestive juices in your body, and that will kind of prevent bloating, gas, and a lot of stuff, and kind of enhance the fat loss part. So, like I said, it's an indirect manner, but they work. So I would call these as my fat loss supplements, rather than popping, those supplements that you're still getting, because if your diet is not great, that doesn't make sense. And also, in case you have a weak gut and then you go in for those kind of supplements, it may actually aggravate acid reflux. So the whole idea is to increase the digestive fire. So in short, the entire agni of your stomach, that can actually lead to better digestion and hence fat loss.
Yes, yes. Oh, I'm going to include all of this in my diet as well, because before a meal, I'm just going to cleanse it and then eat properly and mindfully. So let's move to the next question. So now we move to packaged foods, convenience eating. All of this is coming up a lot, where not like everyone's going to work and not everyone's being able to, spend hours in the kitchen. So now we've moved to convenience eating. So what do you think of, consuming these packed foods in someone who's trying to achieve weight loss? So someone's weight loss journey, what do you think? Where do these packed foods fit?
So for somebody like me who's in awe of the gut microbiome, the gut bacteria, there are very little packaged foods that come in play, right? And also what comes in play is, how do you understand labels? So number one, what I would want people to understand and think is, when we're going on grocery shopping, do you try to see this? Is there a label on the apple? Is there a label on the avocado? I mean, you don't. You just pick them, right? Or you go and see a bunch of salad. Even some of the cut salads, right? There are a lot of people who are in the whole hurry can actually do that. So my number one tip always with something like this whole controversy about packaged foods comes in, that pick what is real, pick the whole food. So you spend a lot of your time eating your fruits and your nuts and your seeds and a lot of salads, because there's enough time for us to just cut and just add a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of herbs and spices, right? That is number one. Number two is also increasing a lot of protein supplements, because protein supplements are packaged foods again, but they are real foods because they're extracted from the real protein. Number three, if you think you need to take the packaged foods because it's easy for you. I mean, there are a lot of limitations and challenges for people. There are people who don't have domestic help. There are people who cannot keep their house open to the staff like a lot of people do. Or there could be a single mom, could be anything, right? So we have to honor and respect where they are, where they're coming from, and then to give these easy peasies to them. So number one is pick up a packaged food that has the least ingredients. So go for something that has 2 and 3 ingredients rather than 5 and 10 ingredients. Okay? Because the deal is when there are 5 and 10 ingredients, there's a lot of shit there. Now I'll give you a simple example, something like just as simple as this peanut butter. Now the reason I like it, because what are the ingredients? It just says roasted peanuts. I don't even need to go check anything, right? But the ingredients had many other things, it would kind of scare me, because then I know there are many other things that added to it. Another important thing is also learn to see the label. Like say, for example, if you're looking at any crackers and it's just giving you 1 grain, again go check the ingredients, because what if you're allergic to the other grain that is added as an emulsifier? So just remember two things: learn to read the ingredient list. Just don't pick something because a fantastic name written there and that kind of resonates with you. Learn to check the ingredients and then learn to count the ingredients. So I think that's what something we could do.
Yeah, and also going, for ingredients that are local, that are known to you, and you don't have to just think twice. You know about this
Yeah.
ingredient; it's easier to pick that up. So yeah, thank you. So does anyone have? Let's ask the audience if they have any other questions, and we can take them up.
I still can't see anything floating unless certain questions asked you earlier.
I'm just looking. I don't think there are any questions. I think everyone's has all the knowledge from all the insightful session. I don't think there's anything. Okay. Also, to everyone who's watching, we have a 60% off currently on our website. So you can go and avail all Saffola FITTIFY products for 60% off. Okay. So I just would like to thank Karishma for this very insightful session. And thank you everyone who tuned in. And yeah, I hope everyone's doubts are cleared. My doubts are cleared, and I was refreshed with all my knowledge. So thank you.
Thank you, Fatima. This was like an amazing session. I completely love your questions, and I hope you guys are going back with resourceful thinking. So thank you, Saffola FITTIFY, and a beautiful thank you to you to make this absolutely really easy. So I'm hoping that we meet up soon again and with another interesting topic.
Yes, for sure. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.